coming.
And everybody. Check.
Morning.
So.
More. There you are.
I didn't know what was happening. I can't. I can't.
My mic was muted the entire time.
Yeah, no, I kept doing this. I was like, no,
Yeah,
I got nothing.
well, good. I'm glad this is a a whatever liminal stream.
Yeah,
but-
it took Mary going out of town to finally fucking get you to sit down and talk to me.
Yeah. It's funny. I just got off the phone with her.
I sent her the same pictures of those fucking massive sheep that I sent you.
Nice.
I tend to send her really cool New Mexico things to just continue trying to warm her up to the idea.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, we're all pretty warm to it.
Yeah.
After, city life and whatnot. We did sign a lease for another year, so now now I'm getting creative with the space, and a lot of this is, testing all of the cabling and whatnot I've done.
It looks awfully professional.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's
green
it's kind of
screen.
what I do for a living.
Yeah,
So
true.
if it didn't, I'd be embarrassed.
Fair.
But oh yeah, hey, what's up, Oswald? Yeah, it's one of those things that I was wearing a hat, and then I was wearing a horizontal striped shirt, and I was cold, so I put on a cardigan, and it turned out I'm wearing a fucking costume. But
How's the weather up there?
the weather out here is weather.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's been spring came with like a week of just frigid temperatures. It's not getting pummeled like it is in Portland. Or I'm saying that with snow. Obviously, the rest of the country is getting pummeled with different kinds of weather.
And then like southern SoCal got like 12
I didn't mean to laugh. That's very dark. Sorry, what were you saying?
California got like 12 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just shit's crazy.
But where in California?
Southern California somewhere?
Okay, no, that's crazy.
Like somewhere that doesn't ever get that much snow.
Nuts. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, there's I saw videos like the snow was taller than people's houses, and they were like digging little tunnels to each other's houses and shit. It was crazy.
So, growing up in the Southwest, uh, being from New Mexico, snow was never a problem. Like, well, I was in Albuquerque. It seemed like just a steady, nice kind of wintry thing that happened. In
I'm
Phoenix, there's
no,
just no fucking snow or retribution for any sun bleached brain zombie that lives there. But
well, I'm a good like 1,500, 2,000 feet higher than Albuquerque.
right,
So
yeah,
no, I mean it's still snow. It snowed 2 days ago. It'll probably snow until June. Like,
okay,
uh,
so it's still going.
oh, it's still going. Not really here in the canyon, but like the property out towards the mesa. I hadn't been out to the property in a couple weeks, but I imagine there's still a lot of snow out there.
Yeah, so the last thing you did was lay down roads, right?
Dude, so much has happened. I applied for a grant through the Forest Service. I've just met a lot of people. I applied for a grant through the Forest Service for a forest health grant to like have the woods cleared out so there's not like it's like fire prevention,
Oh,
fireproofing.
like Carson?
No, the property, like
Oh, okay.
the wooded part of the property.
I like that part.
And well, I mean, we're just gonna clear out the underbrush, like all the
Sure.
dead stuff that's on the ground. And I met with an environmental consultant Friday. Was an awesome guy, this awesome old hippie that's been doing this shit for like 40 years, and we're starting like a plan, and I'll get approved for the grant in August, and they're gonna give me a fuck ton of money to make the property awesome. Like
Hell yeah. That's
they're
brilliant,
gonna
man.
the state New Mexico will pay for you to make your land awesome.
Oh yeah. I
It's
mean,
pretty rad.
we went and toured the Earthship Sanctuary, but that wouldn't have happened anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all New Mexico grant stuff.
That guy's kind of a piece of shit. The more and more local I get, the more and more I find out about him. If
Oh,
you
the
bring
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, something Clayton or some shit. If you bring up his name in town, they're like, "Oh, that rapist," or just shit like
Oh,
that.
geez.
Apparently, he's a real piece of shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, he made a lot of money, and now he's a creep.
I just wanted to let you know that this is public right now.
Well, I mean, it's like apparently this guy is like a predator, like a sexual predator,
Yeah, that's a sex pest. No bueno.
and
Fucking
there's the more and more people I meet here, the more and more are like these badass single women that like move to the desert to escape men and things. And yeah, none of them have kind things to say about the Earthship guy. So
yeah, I know it's gotten a lot of flack because he does keep the plans for anybody to use, but there's also some loopholes I heard where there's like residuals and things being sent to him for folks that use certain parts of it. I don't know.
he started out as a hippie that wanted to like change the world, and now he's a bajillionaire
Yeah.
and like owns all that. Like it's a whole bunch that he owns, but that doesn't matter. I don't really know what I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna stop.
Right.
Because,
I love it. This is my first kind of like impromptu liminal stream in a while, and we've already covered sex pestery. And, but yeah, man. So I love that. Yeah, the grants are happening. Other than the roads, I guess the reason
well,
why we, haven't really kept up to date with it is because it has literally kind of been in a standstill because of winter. There's not much you can
no,
do, right?
I tried to show Jacqueline the property a couple weeks ago, probably, and there was like a solid 8 inches of snow still on the ground, and damn near got stuck trying to show her everything. Like I need to go set up the trail cams, but I don't know if I can get out there. I need to go out there is what I'm trying to say. But yeah,
Sure.
winter has halted all progress. here April is mud season. Everybody calls April mud season, and it's when all
I
the snow
remember.
melts and everything turns to goo. And it's starting to happen, and it's really windy and everything's goopy, so nothing really happens this month. Like April is
Right.
just gonna wait for spring, and then it doesn't happen until like June. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey, Groucho. Good to see you. Honquinox is great. Wish I could have caught it live. Um, thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. I don't know if you caught it, Logan. I never texted you about it because I was.
I penned through it today. I didn't see it live.
Mhm.
I think I was somewhere without like real phones.
Right.
But
I was also just in a bad way. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I haven't
Like,
really heard from you, and
yeah.
it was non-existent for like a month, and now it's been more frequent and kind of
Yeah.
scary.
I am definitely of the ilk of like a wounded animal. I just go be alone in a dark place, you know.
Well, I'm
Um,
like, well, go ahead,
oh, I was
continue.
just gonna say, for those listening, Logan is the animator for all of the like We the Hollowed Skull animations and whatnot that I still consistently overuse because they're so great.
Thank you.
Um, and also Logan was when We the Hallowed started, Logan would draw these live. Like we set up a projector and he had a tablet, and while a variety show was happening, Logan would do the art in the background. And so
Noah did much better art than I did, but yes, that
Noah
happened.
did too. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
talked to him last night. He's
How
good.
is he? He's good.
Yeah, he's really good. He works for a very infamous show that he poked fun at because I didn't know which show he was working the animation for.
Yeah.
And he told me last night, and let's just say it's hilarious that it's this
Okay.
show. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Tell you off air. But
Yeah. No, I'm curious. He doesn't still live in the Hag House, does he?
no, no, no.
I didn't
He
figure.
yeah, when I was down there last for that trackers thing that I was doing,
No.
um he had moved into this really nice like couple bedroom place. He had an awesome attic office. He's doing great. And
What
I
part
think
of
he's still going up, obviously. He worked on the award-winning Pinocchio, Guillermo del
Pinocchio? He
Toro's
keeps
Pinocchio.
working on awesome shit. That dude
Yeah.
is so talented. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
he's such as yourself, but one of the few folks that I'm just consistently in awe of how good they are at
he's
what they do, you
he's
know?
one of the most talented humans I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like, I've started an incredibly nerdy hobby in my downtime here, like nerdier than drawing comic book stuff and doing all that.
What's that?
Um,
Crochet?
kit bashing little minis.
Oh, is that so with the Warhammer kinda
This is
stuff?
this is like a war games thing. It was like it's you can't really.
Damn, that's micro. Yeah,
Yeah, and I've
that's intricate.
that's like World War II guys mixed with Star Wars dudes and like
Mhm.
other parts of shit and like
Which, I
part.
mean, let's be fair, Star Wars dudes were
uh,
mixed with World War II guys, but
I'm learning how to do it on one of these, and I have a bunch of bigger models that I'm gonna do this on a bigger. I've been bored out here in the desert,
yeah,
man.
I was gonna ask, yeah, how's it? I know that you're in a relationship. We're all very excited about,
She's
and
awesome.
that's been going well. Yeah.
She's awesome. We spent all day before, yeah, Saturday or Sunday. We spent all day on the Rio Saturday. Those sheep we saw on the way to the river. I'm gonna text you some pictures, or I could show you on here. But like,
Yeah. Do you have it in like a Google folder? You can share screen and
I
or
mean,
email them to me and I could show them.
I can email them to you. I mean, I have them on my computer. Like
Yeah.
on this
Um,
computer.
Yeah, if you go to present, share screen, and then you can click
Okay.
window if once you open them.
Can I just share the whole thing? That's easier for me.
What do you mean?
The whole screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we got a bot.
What's
First
happening?
time like actually public in a while, so I'm impressed.
I'm hitting share and it's not happening.
Look at this guy. Yeah, Doge hype.
Awesome.
What could I say? Feels good to be noticed. You're hitting share screen and or present.
Share is like grayed out. It's like it's not letting me. Do I need to sign
Oh,
in?
um, maybe I can make you a. I don't know how to do this. Let's see. Um, yeah, that's why I'm glad we're doing this. Look at that. That's not what you want.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Booyah.
Wait, did
Got it.
that work?
Yeah, it's showing on the.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We had it.
Yeah, but I didn't understand that.
So it's basically you share and then I accept it and then put it
Okay.
on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, now try it.
It's been a while, man. I'm out of
I never knew.
practice.
I never knew. So, all right, I'm trying again.
Yeah, I mean the Honquinox, like I didn't mean it to go another 5 hours this year, but it did. And
I saw that. I definitely didn't watch all 5 hours. I will be honest.
oh
But
yeah.
I pinned through and I watched like everybody's contributions and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do is I'll split it up and put it as you know, clips and whatnot. Trying to work with my buddy to make some clips of old episodes and all of that. So hopefully that works.
Your buddy who draws, whoever did the like Honquinox, like
Eric. Yeah, Eric Millar.
the
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. The
I
like
think
the
you two have met.
maybe.
Yeah. I don't you remember it was my last birthday at Hague House. But I think actually you were gone by that point. You probably were in Southern Oregon.
I think I was in Ashland by then. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
just missed each other, honestly. But yeah, Eric is like you, a very trusted and loved contributor and creator.
is it doing the thing?
I see it. But now you're sharing the stream. So when you share, there's a couple of tabs. It says window, other things. Just click click window and then there we go. Yeah. It's your new art. So now we're seeing your whole computer. So
Okay.
I hope those files are named
Yeah,
correctly.
this computer's new enough to where I don't think there's anything scandalous on here. All right.
Yeah,
well,
you're basically like a monk these days, I think.
all right.
Right?
Well, here.
You quit drinking and stuff too, still, right?
No, I just don't drink every
Really?
night. I'm drinking right
Ah,
now.
Lord.
I'm having a little snort of tequila like right now.
Mhm.
But I mean, dude, I went to New Orleans with Jacqueline, the girl that I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I know.
We spent like 11 days. Yeah, I texted you. I was drunk the whole fucking time I was there. We had so much fun, dude.
There was some
All right.
pretty funny texts. I'd get photos of just like the ground.
No, I never. No,
Like
I wasn't sending you ground photos. I tried. I tried to never
people's
get
feet
sloppy.
on like a dance floor, but it's like just the heads. I couldn't tell what they were doing. Yeah.
I feel like it was a cool venue. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like an outdoor venue or something.
There was a couple cool ones that I went to. Are you seeing the sheep?
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you not?
No, I am.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, that
That's
was
insane.
that was on the way to the canyon. They let me get really close, like too close. Yeah, that's her. That's her and Wart.
Ah,
And
adorable.
and then that's Wart in the backpack because we hiked into the canyon and I had to hike him back out. But she'll point the camera at me. I've never had somebody to do that.
Right? Yeah.
Look at those fuckers, man.
It's incredible.
That's her giant ass dog. She has a giant dog that Wart's in love with.
Is this the place on the Rio that's kind of near you?
No, I mean this was a hike. This was Chiflo Canyon. We had to hike down to the water, and it was pretty intense. But this was both of our first times at this spot. We just kind of discovered it. And yeah, her dog is a goddamn horse wolf. You see that thing?
Yeah, it's adorable.
No, this was just one of our first warm days. And tell me that picture doesn't look like a fucking Disney poster. Like
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, like the three of them. But no, yeah, I'm finally being social and meeting people and like making a friend group here and stuff. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's great. It took me a while up here, not gonna lie. There was something about Portland, like the energy. I think also it was like
it was easy to make friends.
age too. Age and the willingness to, drink with abandon.
How good is this, man? Look at his little paw on my shoulder.
So tell the folks at home how old Wart is, how long you've had him.
At this point, he's like 16 and a half.
And is still a babe.
Still fucking, dude, I mean, he hiked down into that canyon. I had to, he couldn't have climbed out of there, but that's why I put him in the backpack. Look at that little fucker, man.
No, he's an absolute, like, dog model. He knows your photography, too.
He knows it. But yeah, this is all, I gave Jacqueline my camera to carry out the canyon, and she, started snapping.
Wart is my uncle.
How majestic is that, man? Hiking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for y'all to get out here, man.
It's a year in March. Last time I was down there with you.
Yeah, my phone lately has been giving me the like a year ago. Do you remember this trip to New Mexico?
It was pretty great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Also, I love just all of the sites that we saw. Wasn't exactly the property, but it was
we were close,
literally right around.
Yeah. We were close. It's about 10 minutes up the highway from where we were. 10 minutes up the highway and then 10 more minutes off the highway.
Interesting. So you're still next to the green chili burger place?
I mean, it's off of the same road, but
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's close.
I guess nothing's really close out there.
No.
But you can still get to Santa Fe in 45, right?
From the property to Taos, 45 minutes.
Okay.
From the property to Santa Fe, an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah.
It's not bad. And it's a beautiful fucking drive. Like, it's, yeah. It's gonna be primo. It's gonna be a while before it's like a real legit B&B / falconry deal thing. But so there is a little bit of a development that might interest you and Mary as far as living situation out there. So remember, I was supposed to move. Did I tell you I was supposed to move? Like,
yeah, you're supposed to get out the place you're in right now.
Yeah, and I was gonna move into some trust fund girl's house that like has no concept of time or money or urgency, and she was buying a house in Albuquerque, and I was gonna move into her place in TP, and She just kind of called me the other day. I was like, yeah, that fell through. I'm going out of town for a couple months. Can you watch my house in May? We'll talk about like maybe you moving in when I get back. See you later, peace, kind of thing. But I don't have a place to live anymore. My house that I'm talking to you from right now is for sale, and
Right.
my landlord's coming here on the 2nd of next month to get it ready to sell. So like, I don't really know where I'm gonna live. This trust fund girl has property with RV hookups. Mom and Chris have wanted to buy like a RV camper thing for a long time. So I think my living situation is about to become RV on some property and then RV on our property. And then in like a year or something, when I have a house built, there will be an RV on the property that I will gladly like rent to y'all.
Sure.
Like
I mean, that
just a
sounds
prospect.
practical as shit. Yeah.
Easier than building a house. Easier
I
than
was
y'all.
gonna say you're giving yourself a year to build the
It's
house.
until a
I could
house
see
is
that.
built, probably 2 years.
Okay, with the grant money too. I mean,
Well,
it'll be
the grant money has nothing to do with like structure building.
right. It's about deforestation.
Well, not deforestation,
I'm just
fireproofing,
yeah.
but it'll pay for like a cistern. It'll pay for any of the farming that we want to do out there. It's a forest health initiative grant, and like anything promoting locals. Like I'm finding out through the environmental consultant all this fucking hey. uh
She's
I'm finding
listening.
out a bunch of nerdy, awesome science shit that I could talk about forever. This dude is awesome. Like,
Yeah. And
man,
so what it came to was like, other than getting like finding the grants and stuff, did you use an underwriter? Are you
what
writing
is
these grants? Somebody
oh
that yeah.
the grant all right, so the grant
Because a lot
is
of it's about the language and how you propose it, right?
yeah, and that's who the environmental consultant that I met with on Friday, he writes the plan. The
Okay.
plan is the grant. Like we come up with a plan for the property. I applied for a grant through Chama Forest Service. When they approve it in August, which my buddy at the Forest Service was like, yeah, they're totally going to approve it. Like, not that many people apply for this. If you have a legit plan, you'll get the money. And it's up to like $100,000. It's like real fucking money.
Yeah.
And they'll like, and so the environmental consultant, I hired him and he ain't cheap and he's going to come like, I was showing him just top down pictures of the property and he's been doing little Zardo.
He's yipping at my legs. I think he sees Mary in chat or knows.
So anyway, this dude's been doing this long enough to where I showed him like top down photos, just the survey satellite photos of the property from like the 90s. He's like, all right, I bet you there's a TP circle right there. And I bet if we come over here, there's arrowheads. That's where they were flint napping. Like he's been doing this so long, he could just tell. And so the first part is literally like designating how many artifacts and shit there are on the property, like how much history is actually in the property. Apparently, an
That's
old
the best.
a railroad ran through the back of it that was decommissioned after the First World War. So there's like indigenous and like colonizer history there that's important and shit. So that's the first step. Like I've hired this dude for 40 hours and we're just going to walk the property and come up with a plan and find cool shit. So
That is so fun. Didn't you find stuff already though?
I found an arrowhead and an elk shed, but I
Right.
haven't found much else.
Yeah,
Um,
I always wonder the legalities of doing so, and like, I mean, obviously it would be for the first people, whatever you find, right? That's not like, are you
uh,
allowed to kind of abscond it?
I don't think I would be able to keep any of it. I don't that
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. He was saying when I showed him the property, he was like, "Oh, 20 years ago, before GPS, I was out there with a team and we found like a pottery site and we never found it again. And he was like, I think it's really close to your land. So
Whoa.
he's excited to get out there. He was so fucking excited. He's like this adorable little short, fat old dude that like just the woods give him a boner. Like he's awesome. And he, you know, I'm going to walk the property with him for 40 hours and learn everything and make a plan.
That's beautiful. Do you remember the cemetery that we
Yeah.
were at? It was like,
Yeah.
yeah. I have fond memories of that. It's come up in my dreams actually. That
I'm
that like
actually,
cemetery.
I hope you and Mary can make it down here before I'm not in this. I want y'all to see this house is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because like I'm right by a Our Lady of Guadalupe church and cemetery that's like all derelict and just fucking, it's awesome. And I'm right by a pueblo, and it's an interesting spot that I'm in. It's driving in and out of the canyon, like that photo that I sent you of the Rio, like just that mass expanse in the Rio, that giant ass crack in the ground. That's my drive if I drive into Taos, that's what I'm looking at. Like when I get out of the canyon, it's beautiful here. Like,
you know, it's funny. I've been thinking a lot lately about kind of, I've told you this, how my fear of heights was spurned pretty much by one of the bridges we jumped off of in
oh yeah,
yeah,
Jordan Creek in Southern
Jordan
Oregon.
Creek. Yeah. How high do you think that bridge was?
30 feet,
Yeah.
35 feet, like
Might as well have been 100.
2 stories, like maybe 40 feet tops,
Yeah.
but tall, like tall enough to be in the air long enough to like, oh fuck, and then you hit.
So yeah, it's funny because my toes curl when I see stuff on TV or whatever of, you know, folks high up
Yeah.
on like skyscrapers. Like I'll have like a sympathetic, weird reaction, and the flash in my mind is midair after jumping off that bridge. You know, I still think about that. I never had a fear of heights before then. And I think because I was so, I was like, I'm up here, I got to do it. And it's like when bravery wills out, you know, like the need to
I
survive.
actually watched that video like 2 days ago. I was
Oh,
digging
fun.
through a hard drive looking for something. And do you remember what you yelled as you jumped over the edge of that bridge?
I hope it's appropriate. Is it appropriate?
It was whoop, there it is. Do you not remember that?
You know why? Holy shit. You know why? That
I-
makes so much sense. So when I was a kid, I had this when I would visit my father, there was this family from Trinidad I was really close to. And I would just hang out in their apartment all the time. I really loved them. The kid Zach, they took me to Six Flags once, and me, the dad from Trinidad and the kid and everything were sitting in like I forget which ride it was. I want to say it was like Colossus. It's like one of the ones that go straight down, and the entire time, like we didn't even exist because the dad's like tough, like gangster demeanor just went to whoop, there it is, whoop, there it is, whoop, there it is, whoop, there it is. And it's become a mantra of mine. Like anytime I'm like super like worried or like we're doing this, we're doing whoop, there it is. That's hilarious that I yelled that. I didn't even remember that. That's funny. I know exactly where that came from. Whoop, there it is.
That's amazing. Because I don't think we ever talked about it that day because we were all fucking drunk and jumping off of bridges in Southern Oregon.
Yeah. But why I bring it up is because when you and I walked over the Rio,
dude, yeah.
And it was like I'd done it as a kid, but it's a whole different experience when you're like, I got a life to live. I can't fly, you know?
looking over that bridge, it's like the
Yeah.
cartoon, like wee wee wee, like when shit's really, you know what I'm talking about.
Whoop, there it was. Whoop, there it went. Yeah, the thing that got me and that still stays with me too are all the, you know,
Don't
self-deletion call boxes.
yeah, the please don't jump every 20
Yeah.
feet. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's rough.
no, never mind. It's a public stream. I was like, it is also like April 5th is anniversary of me doing something really stupid when I was 19.
Mm,
And so just kind of like
yeah,
through, but
yeah.
moving on. But yeah, whoop, there it is.
No, I wish I could. I wish I could like knew exactly where that was so I could find it quickly.
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
ever
dude,
share
it
that
was
with anybody.
no, dude. I dug through a whole hard drive of pictures off of old phones from that trackers era, and like that time we went to the beach for 4th of July, like all those pictures.
Oh, the plankton, the
Yeah, all
bioluminescence.
that shit. Yeah, yeah. It was a trip down memory lane for sure.
I've been, with the stuff that I've been writing about with Haunt Manual and talking to friends like Bobby Hale or CW Chanter and this whole like nostalgia loop thing. I've been making a log of like the most vivid visuals I have in the past because, like memory, kind of like a ghost, it becomes like transparent in a way or morphs or like goes through things. And I'm like, I've been meditating and trying to really remember, like documentarian, like what do I remember from this as best as I can do, right? Because we change memories all the time. But the bioluminescent plankton was definitely one of them. And
That
hopping around the sand and seeing just
laughing
that
like
green
literal
burst.
lunatics, like
Yeah.
laughing like fucking
Yeah.
just absolute lunatics. Talking about like memories and surfing memories, I keep meaning to talk to you about this. When I was in
Uh-oh.
NOLA, what?
Uh,
No,
we've got a lot of memories.
no. This is all me. This is when I was in NOLA with Jacqueline. I went and I stood exactly where I got knocked out
That's
for the
amazing.
first time since it's happened in 15 years, and took a shot in the bar that I was at before it happened, and let it
You
all
retraced the
fucking go.
steps.
Like let it
And that
fucking
was was it
16
20
years
years
ago.
ago? 16.
16,
Yeah.
16 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for those that are here that don't know,
Oh, I keep
I'll let
forgetting.
you tell the story.
I got beat up on Bourbon Street a long time ago. It was a big
On
deal. I don't
Halloween,
really,
right?
yeah, it was Halloween, but
Well, you got beat up. No. Like you were
I don't really feel like talking about it if I'm being
okay.
honest.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm just saying like it's one of my favorite stories because of like your retribution of like coming back from that is it's so cool, man. It really is.
well, I keep forgetting that other people exist.
You're right. Yeah,
But
yeah. I
no,
apologize.
it's just yeah, it was I've been back to NOLA since then, but never. I've been back to Bourbon Street since then, but never sat at that spot.
Did you feel like I don't know. I do that a lot with myself whenever I'm in Portland. I'll kind of, I used to walk to my work when I was working, doing the lyric stuff.
Yeah,
And I'll catch myself walking the same route and it's almost like, yeah, it's like a ghost track. Like I still there. Things come up that I forgot. I was like, "Oh, I know what's coming around this corner. Oh, I know what's happening." It's literally like walking in the memory, you know?
it I mean, I was so 2 nights that the whole time we were in New Orleans, we because Jacqueline grew up there. She grew up in
Right.
Kansas City, bro. Like I don't know how well you know New Orleans, but she grew up in Kansas City, and
Yeah.
Kansas City's where you get fucking stabbed by white folks and like flat bill hats, drinking Monster, and like with them big poofy shoes and shit. But
Oh, so like a Norman Rockwell painting, basically.
exactly, yeah, like but no, so I mean, she grew up there, and she's 30. She's 30, and she left like 2 or 3 years ago. Like she hasn't been gone long, and she keeps going back. Like she was just there like a year ago. She organized like when they did the Roe v. Wade thing. She had a big concert for like what the fuck's going on abortion rally thing.
Did she like run it, or is she playing?
No, she put it on. She like organized it.
Okay.
All her friends are musicians. I'm the first person she's ever dated that's not a musician. So like
Interesting. Yeah.
her life is the music scene in New Orleans.
Cool.
Every night we were there, we saw an awesome show and shit. But anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Oh, we never stayed in a hotel. We stayed in like friends' houses or her old house or like her old apartment and shit. And the last 2 nights we were there, we stayed in the French Quarter in this like 6-story like apartment loft thing. So we stayed on Bourbon Street basically the last 2 nights. We were like 2 blocks off.
Yeah.
So I went back and I saw my spot.
I had that, it's funny. Yeah, I'm with you. There's something that's at the tip of my tongue that I'll write about. But it's the same way with the Belmont Library in Portland.
Yeah.
Like, very unassuming. It's a place that I actually really love, but it was like such a marker for such a crazy, terrible series of events, But it's funny. I feel better. I feel better about it when we were going to see Unwound.
Oh yeah.
I had put, because they ended, I was supposed to see them 20 years ago, and like I never got to. It was almost like the myth of what would that be like was so much better than seeing them in a way. Of like,
how was seeing them recently? Like
it was great in Portland at Revolution Hall. It was good. Mary and I had the best fun both times, but I have to say that's because of us and not because of the like memories or the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we saw them, and I'm not the person to buy like multiple tickets to see a band. It was very much a nostalgic like pull from me. And halfway through that first show in Seattle, Mary and I just danced around Pike's Place late at night and just had a blast. And like I will have those memories forever, And not to say anything about a band, reuniting and doing their thing. I just feel like it was more of this severance for me that I needed, was like to remember not to keep, these things on pedestals, and just to realize that, you kind of just have to let it go in a way. I don't know.
No, I appreciate that for sure. How I mean, I know Portland has had a rough one, but you've been back multiple times since the last time I've been back. Like, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been not missing it, but like finding myself telling Jacqueline like, oh, I'd love to take you to this fucking place in Portland, and I wonder if it's even still worth the trip.
It's fine. I'm not the best purveyor of it because I've seen the dark recesses of it, and so I've also seen the really bright and like the bright splendor of it as well. So in my mind, when downtown is being, I would say like chastised for crime and all that, I'm just like, yeah, man, this is a downtown I remember. It's like I lived in both of those worlds for a time. 10, 15 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, but 10 or 15 years ago, it wasn't to the extent that it is now.
But that's what I'm saying. So my observation is tainted because I did see dark shit, you know, but it wasn't as like abundant to everybody else.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's fine, you know. Again, the last time I lived there was for a month and a half or so, to do you know, outdoor school thing.
Yeah.
And I lived in the attic of where Mary and I like really hit it off at a Halloween party. Like it was all
Yeah.
just like a tundra of memories and nostalgia. And you know, I've written about this, but it definitely felt like that time was for me to go there and be like, okay, I can let it go. I can stop putting Portland however I see fit. It's a forever mutable thing. Cities are forever mutable things. To be absolutist about anywhere is dumb. You know? It's forever changing. It's like it's also like the variables of who you speak to, what you're about. You know, anyone going, "Oh, Portland's unsafe." It's like, yeah, every city's
Everywhere's
unsafe.
unsafe.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's going home. I had a couple people, including my mother, be like, "Are you sure you want to go to New Orleans? It's not safe." And
The little poo poo caca from Doja and Doe. But yeah, so I don't know. I've been in a place where, especially when it comes to surroundings, you remember I used to always say wherever I'm not sucks. Like I would just try to make it bigger than life so I didn't get the wanderlust, which I always have. You
other
know?
places can be okay. Like
Yeah, other
other
places can be okay.
except for
And
Denver.
that's
Denver's
where
never gonna be okay.
what's that?
Except for Denver. Denver's never gonna
Denver's
be
never,
okay.
yeah, Denver's never gonna be okay. Uh, I often remember how much you hate Denver, and it makes me laugh. It's like because it is that thing. You have to, if you pick a villain, you know, it feels really good to shit on that villain. Oh, Wart.
All right, well, to give me one redeemable quality of Denver. One. The
I
food
mean,
sucks, the traffic's terrible.
yeah, I was gonna say, you know, the nature, but that's outside of Denver.
No, that's an hour and a half outside of Denver. Like
And I was gonna say maybe my family, but that's outside of
that's
Denver
not
as well.
Denver either.
Yeah. I did meet some really great people, not counting the ones that I already knew from other uh, dubious means, you know. Um, but I did meet some good people. I met some like people that there's a sort of person that I always admire that it's not they're not ambitious in the sense of like grandeur. They're ambitious into, hey, I'm putting in work and I really love this job because it's giving me means to buy a house. Or like, you know what I mean? It's not they're not trying to be the big and bad of shit. It's just, you know, I'm creating a culture because I'm excited about working this thing because it is paying for something that I hold sacred. And Denver had a lot of those folks. And you know, I'm now a union steward, so of course I love those people. You know, like
I mean, yes and no. Like I
but so
mean,
I totally get you need to be absolutist. I've picked
no.
French Canada as like the place I like to jokingly talk shit about, even though it's gorgeous and there's great people. You just got to pick something to, you know,
Well,
put all of the
how
misplaced
much
anger.
time have you spent in French Canada? Like,
Not even a single. It's just French Canada. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I did not like living there. I did not like living in Denver. It's also where I spent, you know, the most kind of oppressive time with the pandemic happening
Yeah,
right
I
when
mean
I was in there.
that didn't
It didn't
help.
help. Yeah.
It definitely didn't help. But even without it, I mean, all right. I'll say that I
You got
understand.
into some, like, I get it. If like there was some shit that you went through that I totally agree would be, you know, of the environment. I get it. I was also not single. I was also, you know,
I
I
mean,
was
I
gonna
had
say I
fun.
had a job, but I didn't. I had a seasonal job, but like I get it. You know it probably better than I do. And I helped start a bar and a venue. So I know like the underbelly.
Oh no,
And so do
that
you.
that place.
Yeah.
That's what I keep turning my lip. One of the things I keep turning my lip up at is just that place in general.
Yeah.
No, and dude, fucking I worked all through the pandemic. Like
Yeah.
so did you, but
You
I was stuck in a locked building,
yeah.
answering a phone and squirrel hunting in a suit. Like
Well,
my
not
fucking
only that, I was gonna say you were a waiter. Like you had a
oh
lot
yeah, I
of
did wait tables for
yeah.
like 3 months there. Uh, I waited tables and then hunted squirrels in a suit in a locked building. And like, have you moved on to one of those little fucking everybody I know? Everybody
I'm not
and they
smoking.
and they keep telling me, and every time I see them, I'm like, "Ooh, should I?" And they're like, "No, dude. If you quit smoking, don't do it. Like, don't fucking."
It's a lesser evil, I assume, but it's just tastes better. Like I didn't need
What are you smoking like raspberry
yeah,
lemonade or some
I'm
shit?
smoking like the fruitiest, goofy fucking goof juice ever because if I'm gonna go have a cigarette break, I might as well light up my life doing it. But it's I'm not getting into the vape culture. You remember my ex-girlfriend?
No, I remember that. You had one of those big stupid fucking douche
I
boxes.
couldn't do it. Couldn't
Yeah,
do it.
you
Wasn't
never
a fan.
she did, but you never really carried it around.
Nah,
But
wasn't into it. But yeah, this is Mary and I were doing the uh like equations, right? For the amount of nicotine in one of these, like how many cigarettes and stuff. And she probably thinks the worst because I had it wrong. I missed a zero, or I missed a decimal point. And I was
yeah.
like, holy shit, there's a 456 cigarettes. And, like if you suck on it a lot, you're smoking like 18 cigarettes a day. It's just bad math. I'm just a bad mathematician. But yeah, I don't inhale on the ye old smoke a lot anymore. So
When I
that's
was in when I was in New
thing.
Orleans this past trip, I bought a pack of Parliaments, 2
Yeah.
packs of Parliaments. Like, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I still have actually my pack on my altar that I bought over a month and a half ago. Not
That's
gonna lie though, in social settings, like this is all good and fine, but there's something with like before the Honquinox, went outside and had a cigarette because
yeah.
there's it's like, but this it does it. I don't need to do that. But it's also not a lot of nicotine. I know friends that are on like 35 milligram nicotine, which is insane.
I don't know what
Uh,
any like
I'm on just the regular, like, 5% nicotine. Like you buy one of these and it's, uh, forget the math. Don't ask me, but it's definitely like it lasts 2.5 packs of cigarettes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I don't know. It's doofy. I don't like it. I don't.
It's like
I'm I'm sad that I'm doing it on stream, but
all
social
my
anxiety, baby.
all my friends, everybody I used to hang out with that I saw again visiting, like they all smoke it and they smoke like raspberry queefsicle and shit. And
That's exactly right.
like
Yeah.
in my head, if I was gonna do it, I would want it to taste like a cigarette. That's the part that I don't get.
So that's the point. is you're trying to wean yourself off of cigarettes. Why not
But
make
you're
it
not.
taste really good?
No, you're not. You're just smoking fucking goof juice.
I'm smoking fucking triple berry ice goof juice. I'm not smoking Marlboro flavored vape juice.
But how is that any better? Like,
It's
It's
better because I don't have the taste for cigarettes anymore. I have the taste for triple berry ice. Elf Bar, sponsor of the show, everybody. No, don't go buy them.
I don't know.
The triple berry ice goof juice. Thank you, Fallon. Babe God. Wait. Can I do a VG? No.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah? What do you All right. I'm gonna open this up to shirtless granddaddies and toe heel miscreants.
What does that mean? I like the
Come on
sound
in,
of
the
it.
water's fine. That's what I mean. Now I'll probably private this later for reasons that I'm just out of sorts. I'm trying to get better with keeping this more constant because I swear to God, every time I go live, I've done it so many times and yet I'm not building on it. You know what I mean? Like I lose it and I'm finding that there's an anxiety with it that I need to get over. If that makes sense.
Doing the stream?
Yeah, just doing anything. Shit, I feel it talking in conversations. I got what you call a failure to compute.
That's fair.
Yeah, just trying to get over it. Trying to be goofy, trying to be nice. Like We the Hollowed, I was talking with Eric, and our whole thing is screw this big pomp and circumstance about posting like huge articles. Like we should be able to use it like a Dangerous Minds or like a classic disinfo.com. Just on our phones, be like, this was a cool video, post. This was good, post.
Just sitting
I
and
just
shit
want to have
out in
fun.
the ether, just like
Yeah, why not? I mean, the tools are there with the website. I need to have fun doing this stuff. I'm so in my head with my projects and all the other things. Like We the Hollowed should be a fun collaborative thing. And
what's your
Honkonox told me there is a lot of kinks within that.
what is your radio persona? It could seem like you were having fun with that guy.
Johnny Casulo, yeah,
Yeah,
which is my paternal name, paternal grandparents' real last name.
you
Yeah,
nailed
no,
like
I'm having great.
the angle and the hat brim and stuff.
Yeah.
You nailed that. Like that was
Thank you. It took boxes above the tripod.
yeah, no, that was
Good.
really nice. That had me cracking up. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun. That's the thing. Like, I'm just inspired to be weird and do stupid stuff these days. I just want to goof juice. Just want to goof juice all over the place, man.
Dude, I get it. I get it. Mine is like Jacqueline encourages my nerdiness. I never would have built tiny little things like this, you know.
Oh, what's up, buddy? Do you want to get down? No. I guess this is what we're doing. But
Dog.
but yeah, I Honkonox, before that happened, I almost canceled it. I was just in like not a good place. I don't know how to muster, the wherewithal to host. In my head, I was like 5 hours last year. This will be 2. I'm just gonna buzz through people. But luckily I was surrounded by people that I adore. There was good conversation, so it makes it easy. But yeah, to be completely honest, I'm dealing with I guess the best way to put it is just anxieties, like social anxieties. You know, I think it comes from being in my head too much about projects or just life, or there's very few people, yourself is included, that I feel like I can truly open up to, not be judged or lambasted, or, you know, not that anyone would do that, but there's just there's like a disconnect about who I can kind of let in, you know.
I get it. I get it. As someone who spent like the past like 3 years completely shut off and secluded,
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. Obviously, obviously, people are good, and being around people helps. I mean, like I feel great because I'm being social for the first time in again like 3-4 years. You know,
Yeah.
since old.
Yeah. It's also, you know, there's a being a like a conductor of people's personalities, and when you do these big things like Honquinox, and not being able to read the room about, you know, when to, you know, more like hosting abilities, as you know. um
Yeah, but at this point, you've done it enough to where you can like.
that's what I'm saying, though, is
But no,
that no matter
Keith,
how many times I do it, it feels like I'm learning for the first time every time I do this. This was easy because, you know, you're my brother, but, you know, it's just weird. Yeah, it feels like I have to relearn how to be not off the cuff, because unfortunately I'm very off the cuff, but yeah, just kind of the social anxieties.
well, I mean, it's been a weird, 4 years for a lot of people, most people.
Oh, you're
I
going that way. You're going that way.
no, like, uh, I don't know. You're in a weird spot. I mean, like Seattle, is Seattle, and it's doing
Yeah.
Seattle things, and
I told you how I'm finally like seeing healthcare professionals after having
yeah,
a
yeah,
busy
because you got
summer.
like a big boy job with health insurance and stuff.
Well, it's not so much that, it's that
No, I
the
know.
availability, right, to do so.
Yeah,
Because before that, yeah, because of the endemic pan or whatever. Um,
Schmishmartian,
yeah, exactly. Uh,
Schmishmardic.
you know, not being able to see folks and continue medications, blah blah blah. I was going, you know, commando for
Yeah,
for a long while. So now being able to get back in the throttle of things. When I saw my doctor, um, my heart rate was insane because I
yeah. I
have
remember talking about this with you.
yeah,
How did,
white coat hypertension or whatever.
yeah, how did all this play out for you?
I just immediately, when I walk into um
No, no. When I was talking to you, like well, you were doing like no, you something with your heart, like you were getting
yeah,
monitored and stuff. You had to
I
like,
brought home a, you know, blood pressure monitor, had to
yeah,
buy
yeah,
one, and
that. How did that all play out for you?
it's been very telling to me, like how much anxiety I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Uh yeah. And I never thought of myself as anxious. Like I don't think about that.
Have
I
you tried anything as simple as like box breathing?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, cause that dude like does fucking wonder.
Yeah. No, I've done all the things. Um
Like
but no, there's an overriding thing about it. It's like the hypertension of an overthinker. Because I can, when I'm doing well, I can, you know, really like concentrate on what I need to focus on and blah blah blah. But it's like in the moment I've been having, it's the same with the fear of heights. This weird kind of, I don't want to say performance anxiety, but it is similar, you know. It's similar to that. It's like anytime I used to think, you know, I've played millions of shows, all of them bad, but I still had the like, you know, bravado to go up there and make an ass out of myself in front of people. It's changed for some reason recently, where it's like I start having anxieties about it. It's crazy. I never had that before.
I mean, I would have to imagine not consistently daily CWS.
CWs.
What is CWS?
CW Chanter.
Oh,
His friend. Yeah. Don't let that distract you. Multitasking.
CWS are the apartments that I worked at in Denver. That's why I was so fucking. I was like, who, what? So
That would be creepy.
yeah. But no, what was I saying? I would have to imagine like not, insane amounts of daily substance consumption. I mean that makes social things easier, and like obviously you're not drinking and you're not doing other things that you used to do.
Well, no,
Like,
I'm drinking, but I'm drinking shit like White Claw.
yeah, not drinking like we used to is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah. Oh my God, we used
like
to
of
kill
course like things in Portland were easy if you're fucking 37,
intoxicated.
37 deep by 8 o'clock in the evening. Like
Well, that's the thing. Nothing was okay in Portland. You
what do you
know, just life, like what we did to ourselves, what we had to do.
oh no
Like it was all fucked up. Yeah.
you moved out of a house because it was so fucked up, and I took your place in that house. And yeah.
Yeah.
And then moved somewhere else with a junkie just because it was easier. Like nothing about no Portland. It was fun, but it wasn't okay. Like
Yeah, I'm starting to understand too, like fun. Yeah, you're right though. I guess with enough, heavy sedatives or disassociatives, like
yeah,
anything's
it
fun.
makes things a lot easier. And
Yeah.
like you're not. And we were also both much, like much more medicated then. Like you're not on the amount of pharmaceuticals now that you were then. And I
Yeah.
quit mine like, 5 years ago at this point. It's 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
you've been a light because although I was on a shit ton, the ones that you were prescribed were much more difficult to like get off of,
Yeah,
just like the anti-anxiety stuff,
I
and
actually
like,
have some supplements I could recommend you. Like I still take shit for anxiety, but just natural hippie juice, like
yeah,
not it's a different pusher, man. Like, so but
cool.
I do have things I could recommend you that I feel like work for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to you. You are better
no,
evolved from that stuff than I
no,
am. It took me forever just to get back to a place where for years I was unmedicated because of the pandemic and all that shit. And then
yeah,
finally knowing to say, no, I'm not taking this. I'm not taking that. As you said, I used to be on a fucking cocktail of things.
yeah.
And now I'm like down to two,
One of my main reasons for getting off of them, for me, like the stress of getting my medications filled
Oh,
was worse
fucking
than
work.
this was worse than the stress I was taking them for. So
Yeah,
like that was one of
absolutely.
the big motivating factors for me to like. And I mean, obviously my life changed a lot when I stopped taking them because I was able to see the world around me and like, oh, that's a box of needles and shit like that, so
Yeah.
like that was nice to like remove a fog and return to the real world. But
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot too. I've been feeling as we're talking about memory and whatnot, I feel like completely disassociative from my 20s. Not that that's an
oh, that's
excuse
brutal.
for shit that went down, but it's funny to like look back and deal with, ailments that should have been rectified, or at least like tended to, and look back and be very disassociative of how that ghost worked, in my 20s.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think it's safe to like we were, as most people are, absolutely different people. I
Mhm.
mean, it's yeah. I gotta take a leak, and I'm gonna pour another drink. I'll be like a minute and a half.
Sounds good. I'll talk to the chat like this. Biggest dickus greater than biggest farmhouse? Not pharmacus? That would have been better. Pharmacus. Like a pharmacon. Read hauntmanual.com. I talk about pharmacons. Little self-plug here. I'm really bad at this. I apologize. But yes, go to hauntmanual.com. I don't know why I'm doing an accent. I think it's because I'm embarrassed by my own stuff. And please look at stuff. As you can see, I liked my own because I felt good. I was like, you post something, you work really hard on an essay or something. You're like, you know what? I do like that. That's right. I liked my own Substack. I'm ashamed, but I'm not terribly ashamed. So just realize that. Anyways, Mary June, I love you so much. Good night, sweetheart. I really, I probably I've got so many words, but I'm just gonna say you're the best. We miss you terribly. And just come back to me. That's how I deal with things now. I just like fake, but really lose it and then stop it. It's just like, ah! And then stop. That one got me. Yeah, my eyes started welling up a little bit. I was like, wait a second, no. But
What happened?
oh, I was joking about how, showing Mary stuff and being like, please come back to me, and like half joking, but then also like, wait, no, I charged something. I'm starting to cry.
Where is she again? In
Nunya, it's around the Bay Area.
yeah, doing. I just didn't
Nunya
remember
business.
which trackers she was at.
What's
I didn't
that?
remember the thing with the children
Yeah.
in the woods and the touching.
I can't believe we have fucking listen, fam. We just have fucking live stream, bro. Dude, listen. There's fucking we're chatting, man. Also, you should watch me play Call of Duty, bro. Thanks for being here, bro.
I don't get what you're saying. I mean, I get what you're saying, but the relevance. What's the?
That's my character of PP to PP. That's my character of just trying to get people to subscribe and just watch.
Oh, like it's like your DJ
Subscribe
dad.
and watch. Yo, I got a
It's like-
mad Tetris coming up.
It's like your
right?
dad mouth.
It's like what?
Your DJ dad mouth.
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah. Isn't that what it's called?
DJ Dadmouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I Yeah, that's pretty much the goof juice. I did this thing, as I said, that I was really excited about. That's so stupid to say. Whenever you do something creative, do you go, so I was really excited about doing it's like, yeah, no shit. You
Well,
did
that's
it.
what I want to say, but like I'm embarrassed to talk about anything that I care about because I'm afraid that people are going to tell me it's stupid.
Oh
Like,
yeah. No, that's a given
yeah,
for me anyway.
yeah. I've
Like
been
this
writing 2 comic
this
books in
goof juice, me
2016.
playing a live drums and everything to a freaking spirit box.
I saw this when I popped on the
When it's out of context, it looks like the dumbest thing in the world. It's funny.
Here.
I'm I definitely put out a character for you. That looks like a normal Tuesday for Keats.
All right, yeah. It is a normal Tuesday for Keats.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is it today? Monday?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's Monday. Dude,
Moon.
my life has slowed down a lot. Like I acknowledge and understand that I'm in a unique situation. Like but yeah, it's a slow life out here in the desert building a retirement for somebody that's not in a hurry. Like
Yeah. I mean,
you
that
know,
sounds lovely.
dude,
Um,
it's mm, I the best thing for mental health is a rich stepdad. Like it's awesome.
I was gonna say, well, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I've got the abusive one.
Oh, womp womp womp.
Not literally. I mean, just
Sure. Yeah, just on to the
uh,
next.
but what just saw this. How are you guys doing? Hey, Renee, good to see you. It's Miss Genocide. Um, yeah, I think that's the thing, though. I've been noticing about the city, and I was talking to my doctor, and he's like, I told him, you have to know, my office used to be nature, clean air. It
Yeah.
used to be, the worst was a kid that said something terrible, or, if I was teaching them, or there was never any crazy issues, at least not under my purview. But to go from where my office was redwoods, and cedar, uh, into having to be a sort of like vagabond, city vagabond, just to get to and fro, and tainted air, and even worse
Oh yeah, no, there's
affectations. It's been rough.
the city can only be so romantic for so long. Like there's something fun about taking the train and there's something fun about walking like
That's a young person's game.
but I mean there's something romantic about it. To me at least still. Like maybe it's cuz I grew up so fucking separated from it and didn't do it until very late in my life, but like I don't know, there's something romantic about a subway and the hustle and the bustle, but
It's great unless there's a fucking sports ball game. Then
yeah.
everybody's fucked.
No, I remember that. I remember that from one of the nights taking the train with you, like,
Yeah.
when I was there. Yeah.
No, and I'm not disparaging the city. It's just I
No, I
find it
am. I
funny.
absolutely am. Like,
Because I really do like Seattle, and I like all of its failures. There was this tour guide when Mary and I were doing the residential tourism thing, and he said, the motto of Seattle is having a bad idea and seeing it through to the biggest extent. And I was like, my people, like,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
burnt
what
down. It's, they were using freaking wood pipes for latrines or shit. It's like it's just so funny, like how haunted this place is with just bad ingenuity, And I love that about it, though.
Dude,
I'm like romantic about it, and I do love the city and its character and all the parts of it, but I do find it funny how right before I got this career that I'm on, our total intent was move away from a city. Like we're gonna get, we're just gonna build stuff, as we're like working with you, and if we have to live in an RV or create a schoolie or something just to save money, that's what we're gonna do. And now I'm just completely implanted in the circuitry of this fucking city. It's
Well, y'all
it's
have been
funny. I
there.
find it funny.
Y'all have been there what, 2 years now?
Yeah, it was 2 years and no, I guess 2 years in May.
2 years this May?
Yeah,
Really? It feels like longer, and I haven't even been there.
you're telling me.
I spent what, like 2.5 weeks there.
Yeah. Yeah, you stayed with us. We've got the same place, and I will say the one nice thing is that we both conceded that I think we're both so excited for change, and we're us. I mean, since we started dating, we've moved all over the place. Denver, Portland, here. It was, to sign a year lease was big for us because we've been living in these like 6 month, hopping around the country kind of things. And so it felt good to be like, no, we know now there's a scope. We have a year.
In the time you've lived in Seattle, I've lived in different states. Like I get it. Like
Yeah.
and to have bought land here, yeah, no, I get it. Like
Yeah.
it feels weird to like make a decision when like one that feel not a permanent one, because like this place still doesn't feel permanent to me. Like I no, you yeah, I mean, for you to set the roots that you set in Seattle, like show intention.
For me. Yeah, right? Are you okay?
Wait, what? No, I just noticed this stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
My
yes,
computer.
that's totally it. Is that for us to be like, you know what? No, we are fine here for at least a year.
No, I
And then
wouldn't
you can
expect.
go.
Like, I never expected that, and it is admirable. And
It's
I worry about y'all in the city because the thought of that city makes me so nervous. Like that many people makes me so nervous.
yeah.
But y'all are fine. Like
Yeah, we're fine. It's and I think I don't know. You know me, I'm a romantic. There's a lot of parts about this city that I'm just over zealous about. How crooked it was, how crooked it maybe continues to be, how haunted, like literally and figuratively it is. Like it's just such an amalgamation of like great human ingenuity and complete fucked up human ingenuity, and it's like this great contradiction of a city. And I really do love Seattle. I always said like Seattle's going to be the last city
you
that I
were
ever lived in.
initially excited to move there. Like
What's that?
you were initially very excited to move there. Like I
Yeah,
mean,
I talk about the 20-year nostalgia loop. You would have told me 20 years ago that I'd be living in Seattle, doing well, doing what I'm doing career wise. I would have high fived myself, been like, that's what it should be. It just took me a roundabout way to get here. But like I said, I how do I put it? It's for what I'm doing career wise, like I finally see a through line where I can make really good money doing what I'm doing for a lot less work. And that's the American dream.
And not completely hating it, at least. Like,
Yeah. No. Total nerd stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Very much projection mapping and doing all those crazy AV things where I'm always looking at it going, how can I do this artistically? I want to use this tool artistically. I'm getting paid to learn it and do it technically,
Yeah.
So, and it's rough. I mean, my hours are nuts. Like events, running running AV events for highfalutin fucking events that's a conundrum in and of itself, and it is
But
very stressful.
you're getting paid for experience in something that interests you. So
Yeah, but also like I'm already at a level that it's starting to show up, and it's working really well, where I know the trajectory that I'm going on is going to be very much like my domain, that I'll be able to fly around places and do what I do, and
no, that's rad.
and work less, because Logan, the entire purpose of any of this bullshit is to make more money doing less.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
To be on somebody else's time for the shortest amount of time possible.
And make as much money as possible.
Yeah. Oh, the anime convention. Well, Renee, I may know some folks running that. Hey, that's really dumb, but that's cool. Anime convention. Be there Thursday to Sunday. Very cool. So if it's at the new Seattle Convention Center, which they just built a new one that's like insane. It's the old one is such a staple. I mean, it's like ingrained in the circuitry of the traffic and stuff. There's the Seattle Arc and all these things. I work on a lot of places around there. So if it's at the new Seattle convention, I'm now this is insane, Logan. I don't think I told you. I'm a union steward.
I don't
I'm
know
like
what that means.
I'm a politician for the union to make sure that the people that I work with in this trade, this artistic trade, are paid and covered like equally.
I didn't even realize you were part of a union.
I didn't tell you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Lots happen.
No, that's fun.
No, but it's given
like
me such a
right under a
gusto
alley.
about, the whole damn the man.
Yeah.
And like, depending on where you are on the political spectrum, I'm sure when I tell you that I'm a union steward, you're either super excited about it or you're pissed off about it. But I can tell you this, if you're pissed off about it, that's because you support big assholes and big business. So
Well,
get wrecked. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. In all seriousness, it's given me such a it's given me such a like a vernacular about me with my social anxieties and whatever, like having a purpose and a place to make sure people are represented, that they're not getting fucked with by big corporation that some of them may be under. I jokingly say it's politically, but I guess it kind of is.
I mean, it's very similar. If it's not political, it's really fucking similar. Like,
Yeah, diplomatic at least.
yeah,
Yeah.
There we go. That checks out.
But yeah. Anyways, this was a public catch up with Logan Ford. All right, what do you got on the docket? What's coming?
What do you mean? Like, uh,
So after
I'm
the or before the grant, is there anything you can do?
no, I've been getting ready to move out of here. I took my Muse apart, like the Hawk House that I have a 2-car garage here. It's not really a 2-car. It's a 1.5 car shed that was a Hawk House, and I took that apart. Like I'm just getting ready to move, and I'm trying to find a place for my shit and figure like. Again, there's not much I can do for the property, and I'm in a weird spot where I don't know where I'm gonna live. So I'm trying to figure all that out. And no, I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know what to say. So it's at the end of the month, right?
no. I mean, this place isn't like there's no buyer lined up or anything, but
Oh, okay. So it's an impending kind of.
it's impending, and there's a part of me that's not worried about it because I'm in a town of 300 people, but like New Mexico has become a hot place to live. Like a lot of people are moving here. Santa Fe blew up, and I don't know, man. Somebody with some money, this piece of property could be pretty like if somebody had the money to come in and bulldoze all this shit and start fresh, this could be an awesome piece of property.
Where
And
you're at now.
yeah, where I'm
Because
at.
it's funny, I have to start thinking about it's like when we were down in Taos and all those douchebag snowboarders were
Yeah.
around. It's like I at first was
They
like,
weren't
fuck
just
these
around.
guys.
We
I
were
don't
just
want these guys around. And you're like, no, we'd happily take their money.
yeah, absolutely. Like there's a reason I'm here. Like, yeah, no, I mean, I need to take somebody's
Not that
money.
snowboarders are douchebags, but these were a very
Well, they
select.
were. They waited 6 hours to knock on the door of their own B&B. Like,
The
uh,
girl that was asleep in like the Ford Escalade because she
yeah.
couldn't handle it. She needed to be inside.
No, they sucked hard.
Yeah.
Like, I've never lived in a town with more white people with ponytails. Like, I mean, it's or top knots or whatever. Like, it's an interesting place for sure.
All
But
right. Second guy with the base is Logan Doppel. Like doppelganger.
what base?
I'm guessing, from stage left, you were the second guy with the base. With the base. Oh. Do you have a the bass. I'm an idiot. Of course I'm thinking of it like a musicianship. You've got a bass. Are you showing?
A what?
Oh, we sent the link. Where'd you send the link?
I don't.
I love that. Only between upright bass. I don't know where Groucho would see an upright bass, but I love only a conversation between me and Logan would somebody actually need to consider if it was bass as in the
Base or
instrument
bass?
or bass as
Yeah.
in the fish. Link in chat. Link in chat. I don't see it. I'm confused.
I
Maybe it
don't know.
automatically deleted your link because you're not a. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. You are a moderator now, Groucho, and so is Miss Jonocide. Now you should be able to post links. Otherwise, I don't know where you sent the link, but there it is. Okay, let's check it out. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. Share screen. Booyah. All right. So Groucho is saying Louisville, the Carney Wards. The Carney Wards. Am I right? Here, actually, let me. Yeah, no Logan.
I don't know.
A little slow on the upkeep here. Groucho, let's see. Germantown.
I'm not sure I understand what's going on.
I mean, Groucho's he's a brilliant dude. He's got something.
No, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying
No, you were doubting that, and I
no.
need to tell you. I'm just joking. Interesting. Is it because Logan looks like? I like. That's how dumb I am. Like I can't even like unpack the thoroughness of it. I go, is it because he looks like him? That made me laugh.
Oh, sweet old bear.
Scroll down. Oh.
Is that me? Is that supposed to be me? I'll take it.
Yeah. A little heavier. Oh. Wade Ridley. Huh? I think these are Groucho. Are these your friends you were saying that we resembled? Because this is a very long article. Okay. It would take me like 5 minutes to read this. I'm just kidding. But so if you're a regular Joe or Jane who has the urge to give comedy a try, you're going to find a warm welcome. Like Greg Sims did. Ellipses. I was like, I really want to get up on stage, and then I didn't. And then I didn't. And I ended up making it my New Year's resolution last year in 2016.
Oh, this is ancient
Okay.
history.
I see what Groucho's doing. He's saying that you probably look like this guy, I guess is what he's saying. So Groucho earlier said that we look like facsimiles of people that he knew. Because we're all cut from archetypes. I'm like the ugly piece of shit archetype. You're like of the
I'm the drunk Irish.
looking.
No, the drunk. Just give me that one.
I get it.
I think that guy is supposed to be me.
I can see the nose. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I see it.
Handsy boys. Like Hans. Oh, Hansi. Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna lose sleep over going. What did Groucho mean? What do I look like to everybody else?
See, I still don't
Who am I?
Do we even really know, Keats? Do we even really know?
Who even am I? Yeah, that's interesting. All right, Logan's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
I might.
I'm gonna keep this for patrons and those of you in chat, obviously. But I appreciate this, man. Thank you.
No, it's good to finally catch up with you, man.
I know it's funny. We don't need to do this in public or whatever, but I don't know.
No, we should do. That's what I was about to say. Is we should do a thing where people aren't watching, so I can be a racist.
So now you've just implanted in the.
I'm joking.
Okay, I know, but that's gonna get clipped, and now everyone's gonna. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're not a racist.
No.
I shouldn't keep saying that word because it was a joke, and now it's dead forever. But I appreciate you. I love you, man,
I love you too, man.
and it's good to see you. But yeah, I'm excited. Mary and I, believe you me,
Are y'all? Has she talked to you about coming down here?
we need to. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on our horizon. You know, it really is. I think we're both getting a little flabbergasted with work.
I mean,
all its forms.
realistically, I would imagine I'll be in this house for at least 2 or 3 more months,
Yeah.
and I got a lead on an apartment in town, but I hadn't heard back. Like, I
You
don't.
in an apartment, not since Hillsboro or Beaverton or whatever.
That was Beaverton, when the apartment me and Ruby lived in.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
first, and then Ruby, and then all the fun stuff happened.
The site of probably the greatest Christmas that has ever been done.
But it's that anyone has ever had ever. I think about that a lot. And the fact that I drove us around for like at least the first half of that night.
We need to document these things. Like we should just have like little episodes of just talking about those certain things, you know, whether it's like busting up the Subaru or
Dude, I
fucking-
think about that a lot too. And I think what I think about most of that night is the tow shop dudes that saved my ass.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
didn't have to, and they didn't get anything from it other than me shaking their hands. Like, they didn't get anything from it. Those dudes were fucking awesome.
Ever good dudes.
Do you remember? Oh man.
Remember the security guards coming out going, "What are you
That's-
doing?" And we're like slowly driving away as like the fucking tires.
Yeah. That guy. Oh, well, the cops are already on their way, so good luck.
Okay, bye. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Logan and I are
Lucky to be
absolutely
alive.
criminals.
Lucky to be alive.
Oh, those are such fun stories, though. And
Oh,
they
no,
never
they
really affected anybody but us negatively. And that's the
No, we never hurt anybody else.
key. Yeah,
Like,
just us.
just us. Like, no ill will was ever done to anyone. Like, and then there
We'll
was
start
ever,
a podcast, and the logo is just going to be an Old Crow bottle.
yeah, there was never malicious intent. It was just fucking horrible decisions.
Yeah, we're just instigators and shit kickers, and it was fun as shit.
I
But
don't
it
know.
could
You
have been
did
bad.
put your dick on a window with children,
No. Don't tell that story, Logan.
families eating pizza, forced to see your naked penis.
Well, they had it coming.
Yep.
No, they didn't. But you know what I mean. But anyways, all right.
So, man, going to New Orleans with Jacqueline means that we spent 34 hours in a car together, because that's a 17-hour car ride.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her a lot of stories, and a lot of them were
Good night, Groucho.
person. Yeah, I told her a lot of stories, and a lot of them are of the Portland days. And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're not that person anymore." Like, no, like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, where does this
themes.
like this performance anxiety come from me? I used to be the biggest instigator, fucking shit taker ever.
It's because we're not constantly drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
But I also had that. I think it's because I care more about what happens. Maybe too much, and it's blocking my shit kicking abilities.
I feel like it's all right. So I'm not going to speak for you. I'm going to speak for myself. And my problem is that, like, it's really hard to be in a transitional phase. Like, Jacqueline is the best thing in the world for me. And any hesitation that I find myself having is letting go of almost being a piece of shit. Like, it's, yeah, and it's not. I, even if those memories aren't something that either one of us have a desire to do anymore, it's hard to let go of, and it's hard to let go of that lifestyle. And like, I don't know. At least that's where I'm finding myself is like transition. Like, even if we have, for myself personally, again, even if I haven't been that person for like 4 years, it's hard to let them go. It's hard to finally accept like that's gone. Like,
Yeah, I think for me, it's like this heteronym, like this character that I really enjoyed at a certain up to a certain point.
exactly,
This
yeah.
exuberance and like confidence and just fun and just definitely like trickster mentality, right? Like to the T. But it
100%.
always there was that little hump after that just made it like untenable. You
And
know?
while I might have no desire to be that person anymore, I still hold on to it with like this romantic, like nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah, it's you'll always yeah, we're transitioning, Keats. We're becoming old fucks. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm still definitely an instigator and a weirdo, but this was different. This was a time where there were no shackles about my health or any like
again, transi
qualms about consequence.
again, because then there were no consequences. Now the consequences are fucking dastardly, like life or
Yeah.
death hangovers. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about like drinking or drugs or any of
I'm
that,
just talking
but it
about
was
the
very much I had this kind of feral need for dynamism. I had a feral need for just like excitement and pushing boundaries, you know. Which I
and
still have, but it's kind of transferred into more meditative things. Like now it's purely like through artistic expression or you know what I mean? It's like morphed into certain things
no,
where it
I get
used to
it.
be I needed to live and breathe what I was preaching. I needed to fucking and I still do, but I needed it to be like, don't talk to me about rock and roll, motherfucker. I'll show you rock and roll. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that's
I
what it
get
was.
it. Like it no, that makes
I
it
love
sound
this. Like we're talking about this like we're fucking 70 years old or something.
no, because what I was about to say was like, yeah, gonna make it depressing. Uh but still, no, it's transitional. Like it's
Yeah. My whole life is transitory. Whole life is transitional. It's like it's it's more so about aspects of self that in transition you think you should let go, but you're really just deleting like a huge like source code of who you are in trying to attempt to kind of figure out a new path. And it's like, nah, man, you just gotta copy and paste the fucking code that works. But it's an entire life that we're talking about, the entirety of a life and a personage. You know
That's
what I mean?
it's the entirety of a persona like that no longer exists. For probably better, like definitely
Yeah.
better.
Shit, I'm 48, going to a rave with my kids. Body is falling apart, but it will be there till 3. And that's why we love you, Renee.
I couldn't
But
do it.
also, you have people to enjoy that with. Also, you're a great mother. Dude, fucking rave moms? It doesn't get better than that. Like, rave moms are great. They're the people that keep everything above board so it doesn't get dark. I think with like me talking specifically, I didn't have any of that. So it always got dark for a time. So my entire life was trying to figure out how to be a rave mom, you know?
All
So,
right.
yeah,
I think I'm gonna check out, man.
sounds good. I'm gonna head out too. Big love to everybody. Thanks again, Logan. I love you. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
I love you too, man. Let's do a stream where I can say inappropriate things soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy this hardwired Ethernet has worked fine. Hopefully,
Oh.
nobody had some weird fucking glitches. New setup, looking good. All right. Love everybody. Haunt the motherfuck.
When we are doing the will of our true self, we are inevitably doing the will of the universe. In magic, these are seen as indistinguishable. That every human soul is in fact one human soul. It is the soul of the universe itself. And as long as you are doing the will of the universe, then it is impossible to do anything wrong.